Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we're doing a new home build here in Copperdale. This is where in my Let's Play, Sydney Price and Ava Markovic both live with their children Hillary and Forrest, and they also have a cat and a dog. So I decided it was time to build a new house because we have built a giant new house just recently for my main Let's Play family, and these guys are still living in essentially a starter home, and this sim is a lawyer, you know, he's in the law career, so they should probably have a little bit of money and have a nice new home. Look, ideally I'd also like to be on a bigger lot, but Copperdale's a little bit strapped for cash on lot sizes, and all the other lots are taken up currently, at least nearby. I wanted them to still be in this area. So we're sort of restricted by a 20 by 15, which is a bit of a shame. But I mean, the landscape around it is quite nice, so it doesn't feel too cramped in live mode. Though here in build mode, it kind of feels like we're maybe boxed in a little bit. But I did my best to hopefully make the house look nice and detailed while also being spacious, because on a 20 by 15, it's sometimes hard to actually have like a nice spacious house, you know, and have it look good and, you know, not be right up on the edge of the lot. But I think we got there in the end. So we've got this nice home. It is a sort of weatherboard styled home to sort of suit in with the Copperdale world style anyway. I think it matches all the other stuff in the world quite nicely, and I think it complements the Georgian style home I built last time here. And I think it turned out really well. So around the back here, we've got this little porch, and we've got a chimney here. And I did, of course, build in areas to sneak out of the home. Very important for our teen sims to be able to sneak out of the window. So I'm making sure there's like some flat ground here, because I'm going to do, yeah, here we go, these ladders and a little balcony to climb down, sneak out the back. That's the idea. And I think it'll work well. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, so just doing some pretty basic little like additions to the house here, because this wall, for example, is really flat, and also this wall is the one facing my house, so it's what I'm going to see all the time. I was like, okay, we probably need this to look a little bit nicer if this is the side I'm going to stare at all the time. So I just did that little sort of section that comes out there and had a nice roof on it, and we got another little balcony section around the side here. Those balconies don't really do anything other than looking nice. I put doors on them, but I mean, there's nothing on the balcony to do, so they're just kind of there, like I said, so it doesn't do much, but I think it looks good. I'm just doing some white vertical boards for the outside, very similar to the house we actually built for Reginald before on the 20 by 20 lot way back earlier on in the LP, like the same sort of materials and colors, but now obviously we're building a bigger house over the other side. So I think this also suits the wall quite well. Now, like I said, we're going to be using those windows where your Sims can actually physically climb through them. But I did also want some shuttered windows, because I do like the contrast of like the black shutters with the white house. I don't know, I think it looks really neat, and it kind of looks a little bit classy. So I wanted to do a mix of windows, and I think it turned out okay. I don't think it looks too weird having the two completely different style of windows on the house. So I think all in all, it kind of comes together okay. And then we've just got, yeah, some nice shuttered windows and a few different options around the place as well. And I think this little front porch, it's, again, just there to look good. There's not really much on it. I do actually put some things on the porch later on. I did, like, I think a flower arranging table, maybe a beehive, a few little things like that. So there are things on the outside, which hopefully they'll use. And in my Let's Play, we do sometimes swap over to this family and play as them. So I guess if we do that, we will use those things. That's the plan anyway. And then just trying to choose some materials here for the deck, because I was like, did I want it to be like a clean sort of white wood board, or maybe something a little bit different? I was thinking maybe like tiles or stone, or yeah, I don't know. I was kind of playing around with it a little bit here, as you can see, trying to figure out what was actually going to work best. And I think in the end, what did I choose? Did I choose a Batu tile? I think I might have chosen Batu. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Batu. I'm telling you, Batu is the best. Oh, also, speaking of Batu being the best, I'm currently running a community survey for you guys to rate every single DLC, like expansion, game pack, stuff pack, and kit. So if you click the link down below and fill out the form, it'd be really great. We're going to do a video on it. And I've broken it down into like build by, like gameplay, the worlds, and creator sim content, so we can see which part of which pack is good and which parts aren't. And I'm really curious to see what comes up. You know, what's the best pack? What's the best world? You know, based on your opinion. So if you fill that out, that'd be great. I'll be making that video soon. So please do get on that if you're willing to. It's pretty long because there's a lot of packs now. So yeah, that'll be great. That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see what you guys think. Anyway, back into the house now. I've been playing around with the stairs for a little bit because I really wanted them to like tuck super neatly in this nook by the front door, but there was no configuration of stairs with this exact layout that was going to work. Like I mean, I could fit them in weird ways. It just looked kind of dumb, but I really wanted the stairs to come down from the left to the right and then just turn toward the door. I thought that'd be perfect, just like 1 or 2 steps toward the door, but I couldn't seem to do that. So instead, I just had to adjust the room a bit, had regular stairs, and that's what I ended up with. Not ideal because we get that little cutout of the room behind, but you know, it works because that's kind of the layout I was happy with anyway for the most part. So I figured in this house I was going to have 3, I guess, main living spaces downstairs. Here we got a kitchen and dining, we got a large living room, and then we have another smaller living room. And of course, because there's a teenager and a kid in this household, made sure to put plenty of toys and stuff around, at least for the kid. And also Hillary only just aged up, so I feel like they'd probably still have toys around too. Oh, I also have the new kits, the Pastel Pop and Everyday Clutter Kit, thanks to EA Creator Network for providing codes for those. I will say that the clutter kit, I mean, I personally think it is awesome. Now, I know there's obviously like custom content you can get for those kind of clutter items, but having an official like clutter pack, especially for people on console, some of the items are really good. I mean, I really liked it anyway. And I'm actually using some of the wallpapers from the Pastel Pop kit. I think that bathroom wallpaper is actually from that kit. You can just get some more sort of, I guess, solid colors instead of just all patterns, which is quite nice. So this here is the kitchen area, kitchen and dining. I really wanted I wanted like a really big kitchen island here, like a nice big chunky boy, but it didn't really fit. It's not quite big enough. It was close. It's close because I've got the door to the right there, well, to the right there, and the window to the left. The island couldn't really fit, and I was like, I could get a 2x2, but it's not exactly what I wanted because ideally in the island I'd want like a sink or like a stove or something in the middle, where on a 2x2 it would have to be up to the side, which I was like, I don't really want to do that. And then of course I wanted the fireplace because I got the big chimney just behind that, so I was like, we gotta have a fireplace there because that's just where it is, which I guess also is a little weird to have it in the kitchen there. I mean, it's not completely unusual or unheard of to have the fireplace in the kitchen. I mean, I guess ideally it would have been better in the living room, but it just, the way the house came together, that's just how it is, okay? Just how it is. So in the end, I did a smaller island counter, but it's still 3 pieces wide, which I thought was quite nice. And I heard with the shelves here from base game, a lot of the new items in the clutter kit actually place on those shelves. Obviously, that plant I placed was not from the new kit. That was from one of the older kits. But I was like, let's get a bunch of... Oh, the mugs. The mugs. I love those little mugs. You can get the individual mugs, or there's like a group of 3. I was like, that is perfect to place up there. And we got the plates from Snowy Escape and some jars from Snowy Escape as well. And I think that jug is from Cottage Living. So just we got all these little kitchen pieces coming together now. Albeit you have to buy like, at least in that row of those few items I put on that shelf, I think there's like 5 different packs there. The Blooming Rooms, Clutter, Snowy Escape, and Cottage Living. Oh no, only 4. Only need 4 packs, guys. Those items. Yeah, look, not ideal, but it is nice being able to do that. So I was actually really pleased with that. Yeah, I was quite pleased with this little kitchen. I think it turned out really nice. Keeping it simple, you know, just got this like little island here with this bar stools at it, and then I do a smaller dining table, I think with 4 seats. There are, you know, a family of 4, so we didn't need to go too heavy on that. Now, actually, speaking of family of 4, and I did mention earlier, they have a cat and a dog. Did I put a pet bowl anywhere? I put a cat tree in the house. I don't think I did a pet bowl or a litter box or any like dog toys. So, you know, we'll do that at the end of the time lapse because I don't want the pets missing out. Oh, that little, these 2 items here. I know we're going over it so quick. New little clutter items. They're so cool. We'll have a little look once we jump into the tour. But yeah, like I said, the new kits I think are pretty cool. But as always with kits, I kind of recommend, I would suggest waiting to see if they ever go on sale. As far as I'm aware, I don't think any of the kits have gone on sale, have they? I don't know, man. $5 is just a lot for a handful of items. I'd say it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot when you compare it to a $10 stuff pack, which is at least 3 times one kit, you know, and it's only twice the price. I don't know. Still feel like the price of $5 for the amount of items you get in the kit isn't quite right. I don't know. But having said that, the kits are very nice quality. And I will give you a little sneak peek because I have been looking at what you guys are rating all the packs so far. I think so far there's been about 7,000 people that have voted in it or rated everything. The kits, pretty much all of them are skewing on the higher end, except for Bust the Dust, which, look, I'm not surprised by that one. And I think maybe one of the early kits too, like Bust the Dust. But yeah, most of them are doing pretty good. I think Blooming Rooms so far, the plant kit, is the highest rated, which I would also agree at this point in time. Though I also really like Desert Lux, especially because that was free. That was a great price. It's no longer free, unfortunately, but back when it was great. Anyway, I'll talk more about all those ratings later on in another video, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, so here is our main, I guess, more open, larger living room. Thought I'd do a little chess table. Seems fitting. I'm not planning. So those two windows there are ones you can sneak out of. Not planning on using those to sneak out of because we're on the ground floor and it's not really the purpose. I only put those there because the ones above, if I had different windows below, it looked kind of weird. So I just matched the windows above. And I think it worked out quite well. And yeah, there's the cat tree that I put in. And again, I don't know if I did any other pet things, which is a little concerning. But we will fix it once we jump into the game. Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, the living room is pretty straightforward. You know, we've got the bookshelf, chest table, and a couple couches, and we do like a TV unit and stuff. And I think I do like maybe, do I do like a toy box or something in this room as well? I'm not sure. We're trying to keep it, you know, pretty, almost generic family home. And of course, this will be uploaded on the gallery, so if you want to download this house, it is available. And I'll link that in the description down below if you want to check it out and do whatever you want with it. So yeah, it's not super customized to The Sims living here, though I did have, well, at least not the living room, with the bedroom, or with bedrooms for the two kids. I had a little bit more fun with those, especially using the pastel pop kit for Hillary's bedroom. That was a lot of fun. So we'll see that in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, the living room is pretty straightforward, but I think it suits this house and the style of the house, and I think it makes sense. And yeah, this is actually where I realized this little clutter kit was great. There's just so many little items. There's like, I don't know if you saw, there's like some glasses as well. There's like a phone and some keys and like a notepad, a coffee mug. You know, all these little things that just make a space feel like people live there. I mean, if you can see my desk right now, I've got like a game controller, I've got my phone, I've got like AirPods, you know, like all these things just here, which this pack kind of adds, which is really nice actually. And I use, you can see here, the new carpet. I think, unless I change it in this room, the new carpet from the Pastel Pop Kit, which I quite frankly think has a really strange carpet texture. Like, I don't know, it's a lot, but I think it looks really good for a rug, that texture. I don't know if I want it in a whole room. I mean, maybe I'll do that, but wasn't quite sure. Yeah, a few of the new items just here. Like that chessboard thing, a little trinket box, the fishing stuff on the wall. Few fun little items that I thought were quite great. I was just trying to find some little pieces to put on there. Again, to make it feel like they live here. Because this is a house for a family that's in my Let's Play, it should feel like it's lived in, not like they've just moved in, for example. Now, this room is another living room, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this, so I sort of turned it into, it is a living room, but also it's like a playroom. You know, all the kids' toys sort of shoved in this room. They can close the door on it as well to make it, you know, make the rest of the house a little bit neater. It was kind of the idea, so that's kind of what I'm putting in here. And then there's like a TV unit like squidged in there as well. It's like the toys are like sort of shoved in the corner where they fit, and the TV unit's sort of there as well. And I think it all sort of comes together in the end quite nicely, using some of the Dream Home Decorator cabinets as well up above. I just kind of felt like it was like a nice TV entertainment unit. And then I put like just random sort of trinkets and little, I guess, kids' toys and stuff up there as well. Like they got that little robot thing. And then I think, what else did I do? That little light as well. You know, just little things that maybe the kids had. And I did a drawing activity table as well, which I thought was a nice little addition. So yeah, like I said, so the kids' room, come in here, have a play. Lots of books as well for reading, that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think it worked quite well. And you could also obviously adapt that room into something else too. Like I think it'd be nice with some of the other kids' things, but a lot of the like interactive things for kids, like the play tent, the doll houses, they're so big. Like, I don't know, you kind of need dedicated rooms for that stuff. And this house isn't that big. I mean, it is pretty big. To be fair, I think the bedrooms in this house are bigger than the ones in the big house I built, which is maybe a little bit of a problem. We might have a little bit of competition on our hands between the two families. We might have to renovate the other house and make the bedrooms bigger. Yeah, I think I'm really happy with the exterior look of this house as well. Like just looking at that then, like with that chimney coming up there, there's shuttered windows. I think it all looks pretty great. So we have only one bathroom upstairs. there is like this little additional one, a little additional room behind this bedroom on now that I actually just use as like a wardrobe area because I didn't want to squish another little bathroom in. I didn't think it was really needed. You know, it's a family of 4. So one big bathroom upstairs. We also have a pretty big bathroom downstairs. I figured the 2 should be okay to go along with. And then, yeah, I was like, that'll do. So this room here is Hillary's room. And I decided to use the Pastel Pop kit, which has just come out last week. And yeah, I was having a bit of fun with the colors. I was like, this is actually combined really well with some of the stuff from high school years, especially some of the neon stuff. I was thinking of using the new bed, but I kind of thought it was maybe a bit much. And I kind of liked this bed. I felt like that bed from high school years suited a bit better. We got the new desk as well. And I think I try to use a lot of the new items in here because they are pretty fun in colors and patterns. I mean, that computer as well, which is just like an iPad on a little stand, I thought was awesome. Yeah, so it was actually a lot of fun furnishing this room. And again, using a lot of the little clutter items to make this little shelving, or not shelving, you know, this little side table a little bit more alive. Even the desk, we've got the phone there on the desk face down. I love this rug as well for just a bit of color. I think in the right situations and environments, it looks really good. I mean, this room has got so many like colors and patterns and shapes. It's pretty fun, to be fair. It's pretty cool. You know, I did all this and I also realized I was like, hang on, I didn't actually put like a wardrobe or dresser in this room at all. We got all this stuff but like no dresser. So I was like, oops. But yeah, I added one in, so it's okay, all okay. Yeah, I was trying to add as many like fun items. We got like the fairy lights, and you saw I put the butterflies up on the wall as well, just in the other area. I got some of those skateboards there. That sort of egg-shaped chair, which was a little bit of fun. Oh, and the neon mirror. That's always a good one from high school years. So yeah, I don't know. I think that room is actually really cool. And then we've got over here, this is the bathroom. I was going to say, we're not doing the other room yet. When we get to the other room, that will be Forrest's room next to it. And then the room just to our left here is the parents' room in that corner. So I did a very similar bathroom to downstairs. The windows actually kind of make it a little bit difficult because I wanted to have maybe the shower in a different corner, but it couldn't really go anywhere else because of the windows. And I didn't change the windows because I needed those windows on the rest of the house, and it just all matched in that way. So anyway, it worked out in the end. I just sort of, actually, you know what? I don't know if that bathtub works. I think I have to test that, which we will do when we jump into the gameplay at the end of this. I think it should be okay. We might need to move it forward a little bit, which I guess in that case is actually not too bad. So it should be okay. We'll be able to move it if it doesn't work from that spot. Yeah, I think, is that where I realized? Yeah, that's where I realized, like, there's no dresser. So I was like, I just used that one. Yeah, so this is Forrest's room. This is their son. And this is a little bit of fun. Sort of a little bit more on the kids' side, but also a little bit more gamer aesthetic as well. Well, not this bit, but I do like a big computer setup kind of thing as well, which I thought was quite nice. So yeah, I just turned that little area there into like a little wardrobe space because it was kind of a bit awkward. It could have been another bathroom. I mean, there's definitely room for a bathroom there, but I figured in this sense, or in this case, it didn't really warrant another one. But yeah, so this room here, this house has got really big bedrooms. I'm actually really pleased with because you could, if you needed to, probably downsize those 2 rooms, add a 3rd bedroom in the middle or something like that. Like you'd be able to fit more. So I'm actually pretty pleased with that, with the setup. And if you were going to add another bedroom, that weird little wardrobe space would probably be a good, extra bathroom too. I used the sweet new It Takes Two poster. If you haven't seen that, they added in a Sims Delivery Express, the EA game It Takes Two. They added a poster and a Simlish for it because it launched on Switch for some reason. So they were like, let's put it in The Sims for some reason. I don't know. It's really weird, but anyway, new poster. It's free, so I was like, let's put it up. Let's put it in there. It's a bit random. I don't know why it's there, but it's all good. I thought this. I love this play. That's actually a dollhouse. I love that dollhouse from, I think it's one of the kits as well, right? Maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, looks great. And then this is the parents' room just in here. So this room is, actually, this turned out quite nice because we got the chimney there and I was like, I really want to do like a fireplace for this room as well because I think it'd be really cozy. But the fireplace is like, sort of, if I left it flat against the wall, it's like sort of shoved in the corner. We can't really see it too well at the moment. Oh yeah, here we go. This is where I do it. Yeah, because it's like right in the corner. It's like, why don't we have like a little diagonal wall and then I can like sort of, open it into that fireplace. I feel like it would technically work in real life that way because there's already a chimney there. You could definitely do it. And I was like, I think that just makes more sense having it face into the room than having it shoved like in a corner facing, you know, the wrong way. So I was like, I think it's actually quite nice and it's quite cozy. Unfortunately, there's not really anywhere to sit around it, like no chairs or anything, because the room's not that big. Surprisingly, I think this might be one of the smaller rooms out of the bedrooms. But you know, I think it's still pretty nice and pretty cozy. Like you could sit up in the bed and something, and you know, read a book, watch some Netflix or something. It'd be so cozy. I think that'd be a really nice bedroom in there. And then just a few little extra details. Guess that's not like super bland. Just a couple of things there. And I think that's pretty much the interior. Oh, and then I actually do a little stuff in the hallway because the hallway is, you know, kind of empty. So do a few things here in the hallway. We've got a foosball table. I was like, well, you know, we've got a teenager, we got a kid. This is probably, you know, it's a family home. They're probably going to have some things that are fun. It's not like a show home. You know, we're not just going to have seating everywhere, which is something I'd probably typically do, is maybe just do more seating up here or something like that. Side table. But it's like, you know what, let's do a foosball table up here. I don't know, it wouldn't have been that easy to get up the stairs. I mean, you could do it, it'd be pretty difficult, but it's there. It would also be nice if at some point they finally added pool tables back into this game. Not that this house would fit a pool table, but I would love to be able to add that back into my homes. It'd just be really nice. So at this point, I'm just setting up the sneak out area. It's also where I realized the lot is so small, I can't fit stairs at the back of the house. So I just did some terrain painting there instead. And then we're just doing some semblance of landscaping. Again, the lot is pretty small, so there's only so much I can actually do out here. But, you know, I think it turns out pretty good. Like, you know, we got some nice hedges around here. In this little area, I actually do like some monkey bars and like a little barbecue area. So they do have space for this kind of stuff. I was also going to add a swing, but I kind of actually thought that was maybe a little much. I was like, nah, that's a bit much. Let's not do that. Just some nice hedges around the place. I feel like the green really nicely contrasts the white of the house. Like I don't know, it looks really good. And then this area here is just like a little outdoor seating area with a barbecue and a nice little dining table there. Pretty simple, but it makes the outdoor space a little bit more usable. Because in that old house, we actually had like one of those slip and slides, and we had like the toddler pool. We had some outdoor summer activities, which we might add back in if we're playing with this household. I don't know if we'll be able to fit a slip and slide. Probably have to remove the bushes, but yeah, we can do some other stuff outside. And then, just a couple of trees, and I did like a little bit of terrain painting, I think, as well. Actually, I don't know if I showed that. This is where I put in the ladder to get down. The ladder, it's supposed to be a secret. So I just used this trellis with the vines on it, and I made it look like, it doesn't, like it's not clearly placed there to sneak out. I mean, clearly it's placed there to sneak out, but I try to make it look like it wasn't. so we got some nice vines coming up the house there. And then, a little seating at the back, and I think this is where I put the flower arranging table I mentioned earlier, and a little beehive. And I did some vertical garden planters here on the front porch, so there's actually things that are going on, things to do. And that's pretty much the house. I'm just making sure to put in some ceiling over the little balconies here, or the porches, so they don't see through it. But let's jump into gameplay. Let's make sure to add in the stuff for the pets, and we'll have a little tour of the final house. Okay, here we are in the game, actually during the day. It's a little bit dark at the moment. Let's maybe go into build mode. And they've also got holiday decorations up. But I think it fits really nicely into this world. And like I said, I think it actually complements this house that we built recently, which I will have a link to this one as well in the description, so if you want to watch that. We built this one recently, and I think these two actually complement each other really nicely. And again, I think it fits the world pretty well. This is the house. We got nice little front porch, a little outdoor area here. Nice around the side, around the back. I love the chimney coming through the porch. Little flower arranging beehive. We've got the vines here, so you can climb up and down, sneak out, and then around this side here as well. So that's the outside, which I think turned out pretty well. And now before I forget, let's get a litter box. We'll just get a regular litter box, which I don't know where. Oh, maybe here in the bathroom. It's not ideal, but I mean, where else are we going to put it? I think that's probably the best spot. I might move the towels so you don't have to step over the kitty litter to get to it. I might just put it here. I'll do it this way so it's closer to the... Wait, do they need... Does the cat need to come from the front? And if so, I'll do it this way. Okay, whatever. We'll just do it that way. There you go. All right, so a little kitty litter in that. We also need feeding bowls. Feeding bowls. Which can go probably over here. It means you can't walk through this way, but I mean, it'll be okay. Actually, it's right by a fireplace. Maybe not. Maybe over here. There's a nice spot here. We'll do 2 because there's 2 pets. There, that's nice. All right, so this is the house. So the kitchen area just through here. I think this is really, really nice. I think it turned out really well. We got some of the new clutter items, like over there. There's like a yoga mat and a kettlebell. We got like this chess set up the top there. Those pictures on the wall are new. This little drink bottle on the table is new. And over here we got like a phone with keys and some sunglasses. I know this is not a review of the kit, but I don't know. I think those little details definitely make it feel way more lived in. And like those hanging bags there that maybe you take to the grocery store or something. Oh, well, and a handbag, obviously. But yeah, you know, I think it turned out really well. And then through here was the bathroom, which we already saw. I'll jump out of that view. And then the living room. Again, pretty simple. We've got the cat tree there, little chess table, toy box. So there are toys overflowing into this room a little bit. A few little clutter items on the coffee table. Here's the that sort of fishing thing, a little trinket box there. And then the foyer, we got this new mirror as well. That's from the Pastel Pop kit. It's pretty fun. I thought it was a nice mirror by the door. And then this room here, we're using as like the playroom. There is a door here, which I put in later. So I think I need to get rid of that because it doesn't make any sense. I totally just realized that. I don't mind blocking the door, but the fact this is mounted on the wall, that doesn't make any sense. So maybe let's change that. Could have a window there, and then if I just move this over a little bit, maybe. So I'm just gonna change the alignment of stuff so it makes more sense. Yeah, so the TV is a little bit more to this side, which is fine. It's just the way, you know, it's just the way when you have kids, it's just gotta fit that way. You know, that's how it fits. Anyway, that makes more sense on the outside. And then upstairs has a door, which I guess I also kind of blocked the door. I quite like the look of it from upstairs. I don't know if it makes as much sense from the outside, but you know, we'll keep that. All right, so yeah, that's this room, which makes a little bit more sense now. The little kids table there, and then moving upstairs. I really like the upstairs. I think this is sort of where it all comes together. So we've got Hillary's room here, which I think is so much fun. That desk, got those pictures on the wall. I mean, look, I love all this little clutter stuff on the desk here. Got that nice mirror as well. And then this little sort of setup room? This little setup here on this area. Got a new trash can there. Some weights and drink bottles and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. Got the butterflies there. This is actually a new thing you can put postcards on, which is like a thing from the base game that you put them on here. But it's a new one. So I was like, let's get that in. We got the bed and a little chair in the corner. Nice bookshelf there. And then the sneak out windows, which I think, I'm going to assume you can get through that with curtains on. I wasn't actually sure, but anyway. And then this is Forrest's room, which I think is also pretty fun. It kind of looks like it's halfway between teenager and kid, you know, like this kind of feels maybe a little bit more teen styled, but then that's very much kid. And he's got like the gaming setup, the pillow, the bookcase. So, you know, he's aging up, but he's also very well accomplished. Look at his trophies, pretty epic. And then the little wardrobe area, and then we've got this sort of foyer area up top here with the foosball table, a little couch, and then the bathroom here, which we'll test that in a second. And then Mum and Dad's room just in here, nice fireplace right there too. Let's see if this works. Take a bath. Nope, okay, yeah. I kind of thought that might not work. I'm pretty sure if I wanted this to work, the bath would face this way, and then I think they actually can get in. Let me see. Let's test that. Yeah. So the tap has to be on this side and then they can get in. I mean, not as ideal having the tap sort of in the middle of the room, but it works. And I don't really want to move the bath further out. So that's fine. Yeah, that's the house there. Overall, pretty happy with it. So there it is, the Price family home. If you want to download this, it is linked below, or you can find it on my gallery, James Turner YT, all one word. And if you don't want to do either of those, you'll be seeing this more in my Let's Play of The Sims 4 high school years. So do tune in for that. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below, and have an awesome day.